don't gotta look any further, no, I'm down for you. Haters watch their mouth and when they see me, know I rock for you. They ain't messing with you when they see me fix your crown. It's ride or die for you. Riding through the city with the top down, screaming fuck the world, we on top now. All my ladies fine and we're independent. Yeah, got a bag of tons, not a penny missing.
Yo, welcome back to an episode of You Can't Six With Us. We might be missing one person, but with good reason.
You can't fight with us today.
Today. She's here. Don't you get in the circle. But today's episode, we're gonna be talking about near-death experiences.
Oh shoot!
Okay.
Right into it,
because I've had way too many. But I'm only gonna say that. I've had like a good maybe 3 to 4.
So you're gonna start us off, or
yeah.
I think you should.
It sounds like you got a juicy one there.
And you should start us off with 2.
The two best ones.
Well, I could do 2 in 1.
Wait, but you say you had a lot. How many is a lot?
She said 3 or 4.
Involved the tree.
Oh, I know
2
one.
of them involved the car. And then I almost drowned one time.
Shoot.
Oh my god, that's scary.
Okay, so pick the best tree one, the best car one, and then we'll talk about the other one later.
Okay, so the tree one. The best tree one.
The best is crazy.
Well, yeah, the one
The
that
way I almost bestly died.
The worst one.
The best storytelling
Big
one.
27,
Yeah.
right?
Happy birthday! That's
Happy
right.
birthday.
Yesterday was your birthday. My girl turned 27.
We outside this weekend. You're not, but we are.
We outside.
We are outside.
Okay, that's really all that matters. But okay, so the tree one. I think I was maybe 11, 12. We had gone camping, me and Scar. We would always go camping every summer type. So we were
Or right
going
before the
camping.
summer, right?
Yeah, right before the summer ended. Regardless of the point, we went camping.
Yeah.
Alright, we went camping. We're walking the trails. We're freaking being nomads and shit. And we're walking. There's a waterfall with a stream.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it was actually really nice. Really nice waterfall. And there's a stream, but then there's these guys jumping from a tree that a branch that extended across the river. So we're all chilling there. It literally says no swimming, but you know us. We're just exploring. So,
But there was other people there, so the explorers were all in there.
Yeah, there was mad people there. But there was these 3 guys jumping from the tree. But the tree was rotten, and they were big buff guys. They was heavy. So they were going on the tree, and then I remember my dad telling them hey guys, be careful, there's mad kids here. Hence us being the kids. So I'm okay, so it's there's a big ass rock where they're climbing to get to the tree, that the tree is extended, and then there's a big sinkhole, not a sinkhole, but it's the deeper part of the stream, you could jump off and you'll be fine. So I'm it's weird because it's it's up to your ankle, and then you take a step and it's fucking mad deep. So I was right here. The tree ends about, the branch ends about right here. So all I heard, I'm chilling, taking in the scenery, doing my thing. All I hear is a tree, it just cracks, and then I just see black.
Oh no.
And then I'm just I
Didn't
see
even have a
black.
second to react. Shorty was drowning in the water.
I wasn't even drowning because I was in the shallow part. So when the tree fell, it took me. And then I was
She was.
Wait, what?
I was about to say she weaved it.
No.
Oh no.
She was like this, upside down, and my dad.
Face in the water?
Yes, and my dad all I hear is my mom and my dad screaming for me because I had just gotten my lifeguard license.
Oh my god.
And I was running through all these rocks because the stream had mad rocks. So I'm cutting my feet. All you see is Ceci's body like this. We're all running to this one spot. And then we finally get her out. I'm trying to hold her neck because my dad just picked her up. And she was all flimsy. And the first thing they tell you is you have to secure their neck. So I'm over there trying to figure it out while my dad's dragging her out. And then the people we were with, the people we grew up with, and one of them like was her godparents and stuff. Like they started arguing with these people, and they were
This
like
is
Colombian.
all on camera.
Yes.
This is all on camera on the camera where you hold like this and you're like.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yo, they recorded. There's a video of it. I have not gotten the
Is that
video.
It's
on
just
YouTube?
no, my mom.
But you can see me in the
They
phone.
all have, you know, like the recordings are always like in the back of their closet, so we just gotta find it.
Yeah.
But basically, like a whole brawl came out of it. Like it was these Colombian guys, so our family's cursing them out. They're like, "Oh, she's fine."
She's
She was
fine.
limp on the floor, and then we were waiting for the I was a real lifeguard, but not yet. I wasn't experienced, but the other real lifeguards to come.
Shorty was first day out of the
Bro.
class.
And
Like
then-
rescue.
They came through with like the
The
what do you call it?
it's like the board where you
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Bro,
put
and why?
no. But because they had called the ambulance,
Mhm,
so but to get there was like rocky. Like you couldn't go there all the way up there with the ambulance. So they
And where
bought
were
a
you again?
pickup truck.
Camping?
Yeah.
Shoot.
They bought a pickup truck to get me, put me on the backboard, that's what it's called,
There you go.
mad hard, threw me in the bed of the truck, and then going down, I was like just hitting every rock, and I was just like, and you know, I was scared, so I was just crying like.
She was in shock. Of course.
Wait,
a
did it
whole
hit you in the
branch.
head?
It
Yes.
did, so
it
I
hit-
don't know how it hit me, but I think it hit me in like my back. All
She
I know
was
is I had
bruised,
the biggest
yes.
bruise, like on
She
my
was
calf.
bruised.
The shit was
Yeah.
mad.
You have pictures?
Nah, I just have my memory.
All I remember from that is also why they was cursing me out, talking about you don't even know them. I was like,
Yeah.
she's my
Facts.
sister.
I could remember that because I was on my dad's like
What the?
over his shoulder.
even know
And
them.
all I could hear was
I
guys
was like,
going
bitch,
in.
mind your business.
Yeah, that's
And the gag here was they were camping like 30 feet in front of us.
bro. After everything, we came back from the hospital.
There you
Thank God
remember.
she was fine,
Mhm.
just bruised up and obviously like aching.
Yo.
We pull up to our campsite and who do we see playing soccer right there in front of us?
The
We're like,
big
wow.
girls.
Hit
Wait,
her
but
again
did
in the
they
head.
like say sorry at least or
No,
something?
Not even offer a
No, they was
glizzy?
just arguing.
Nah, my
Hey,
mom
sorry,
would
I
have
hit you in the
been
head.
whooping
Here's a
their ass.
Glizzy? Like, you could have offered me a glizzy at
I
least.
don't want their glizzy. It's like
Yeah.
glizzy on my bag. Take that shit back.
Okay, kind of
But that,
crazy.
yeah, that was one of them.
Did you get a concussion?
I don't know what I got. They just put me through. I don't even really remember. I don't know if I got an X-ray because I fucking just took that whole like the. It was a thick
Should've
branch.
took that
Like
off.
it was, you know,
It
it's
was
not a
thick
tree, but
and
it was
long.
like huge and long. It like went
Mhm.
across like a long ass way.
It was. I mean, if you think about it, it was like, excuse me, it was one person sitting on the edge, like right when you climb, and then the other person was like jumping off,
Mm-hmm.
and then the third person will go up after the other. They were just
You
taking
could
turns.
hear the like every time they went up. I'm like, you too big for that, buddy.
Sounded
That's like some-
stairs every
That's
time
like
you
some
walked
Final
up.
Destination.
That ass.
I don't know if I've ever seen that movie.
There's a new one coming out, so you better catch up.
Yeah.
And
and
what's
there's,
that
like, 6 of
number
them.
9?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
eight,
probably. Yeah,
something
there's
like
like
that.
a million.
There's a lot. You gotta catch up. Yeah, you did.
Yes, you are, bro.
Did you watch all the
We should all
Saws?
go together.
No.
Yes.
Maybe a couple. I'm down, but I really
Oh, no,
have to.
she's down. Bye.
Field trip.
Uninvited.
Yeah.
Now I have to rewatch
We gotta
all-
think about it now.
Yeah, girl, you better catch up because I don't want to hear who's that and what's
But
this
they're all
going
different
on.
People. It's
Is it gonna be
different
different people starting over?
Yeah, I think
She's
so.
gonna be like, "What's the
Aren't they
concept?"
always-
Don't even
Oh,
talk to
it's
me
like
about
the
it.
young generation
Yeah.
starting again. I got it.
You didn't catch it.
So I don't have to, huh?
No, you should though,
Fine.
so you
At
get the
least
gist.
first one.
Yeah.
At
Because there's
least
probably
the
gonna be
original.
certain things
Yeah,
in there that you
you
pick
know?
up on from
How
the
am I the
other
only
movies.
one out of
Not
this
the
group that I've
acupuncture
seen?
one though, because I'm trying to get
We
you to
loved
do
horror
acupuncture.
movies though growing up.
Mhm.
Final
Us too,
Destination
us
is a
too.
horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What's
Yeah,
kinda
it's like
keeps you
horror.
on your edge,
It's like suspense.
It's like
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna die.
But the way they die is bizarre.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
horror
like,
though.
Like Final Destination shit. Exactly.
So it was
the
all. I thought it was like about a plane.
No.
Girl, no, that's
She's
the
thinking
first of all.
Final
That's the first
Destination.
10 minutes of the first
She's
movie.
thinking
Yo,
Final
facts.
Destination.
Yeah, Final Destination on the
Still watch
plane.
it.
No, she watched the first 10 minutes.
I
That's
watched
it.
the coming attraction. Let's not drag it.
He's like, get off the plane. That's what she saw.
She's like, wow.
All right. So what was the?
The other one.
You said the
car
car.
accident.
Yeah, it's 2 car accidents.
In the water?
I guess the most traumatizing one?
The most traumatizing one, I mean, they was both traumatizing. But this one was more traumatizing because it was like, we have our senior barbecue before our graduation. So we had the senior barbecue. I was with one of my exes and we were about to drop off all our friends, you know, doing our thing. And then we're at an all-way stop and we're making a left. So we're making a left, and I can see my life flash before my eyes because at the beginning of this year, I had gotten into my first car accident, which I didn't drive. I was not driving. And then now it's the end of my year, and I'm getting into another car accident. So we're making a left, and she was an old lady in a big-ass pickup truck, like brand new 2016, like big body. She's like this tiny. Huh?
How old we talking?
Bro, she was like 70 something. Yeah.
Like white hair?
White hair. I was pissed. No. None of that. So we're making a left and then she came and she just took the stop. And then we spun. We like did a 360 and then we hit the stop sign. I was passenger, so like she hit my side, so my door was like caved in. Yeah. One of my homeboys was in the back and he was leaning on the window when she hit, so it had just missed his eye. Like all of this was gone.
Oh my.
Gone?
Well, it was like sliced open. All of this.
Stop! I'm getting the tingles.
And we had graduation next day. I was sick. He was sick. My other friend, his knee like shifted. After that, he had to get surgery. One of my other friends, she was going to college, and we were dropping her off, but she was going to college for soccer. So she just didn't want she didn't want to go to the hospital. She didn't want to get checked out, nothing. She just ate it.
Y'all could have gotten a lawsuit for that shit.
Yeah, I actually, at the time, I was stupid, so I didn't really know. But yeah, I got $1,000, and I went to Chicago for the whole summer.
They gave you?
They gave me $1,200 to not sue.
Chicago, here I come.
Yeah, because they knew that shit was gonna be money.
It was gonna be money.
No.
Did they give they paid for everyone's like medical bills?
I guess
probably.
I don't know if they, because it was like individually. Like,
yeah, everybody
they were calling us
it.
and
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't know what they ended up doing, but I hope one of my friends sued. I hope one of y'all got money.
Yeah.
Especially my friend that got slipped.
Yeah.
Because he had to go to graduation with a damn eye patch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, sick.
Also, the shifting knee.
Yeah.
They could have sued.
Bro, he could have knee problems for life.
I have that.
Literally.
That's literally what I have. It's like the patella flexation.
So we literally all got. I mean, the only thing I had was like cuts on my face because of the glass. I had like my hair was at like long, so I had mad glass in my hair. It was just bad. Then an accident happens. Everybody want to run and go help. Like I couldn't breathe. I remember that. My ex had took me out the car and I was like, like trying to breathe, catch my breath. But then there's this lady like, don't look at your face. And he's like, is it bad? It's bad.
Oh my god.
It's like the first thing you don't do. You don't tell somebody it's bad when they're asking you if
I would've
it's
been
bad.
like,
I was dead ass like, don't tell him that. I'm like, stop telling him that. Like, and he's like, take a picture, Seth. I'm like, I'm not taking a picture, bro. Like, you're good. You're fine. Cause like I'm like
the blood's running
fine,
down
but
his
it's
face.
running
She's
down
like,
his
"You're
face."
fine.
Yeah,
You're fine."
He was literally just sitting there like this. He's
Aww.
like, no, and I'm like, no.
gosh.
Damn.
But yeah, that was my second one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm here, 27.
God bless. 27.
Word.
You
made it.
Amen for real. All right, Alicia.
Honestly, I don't got nothing good like that.
Good is crazy.
Like, thank God though, I really haven't been put in situations where my life has really been in danger. But I will say, when I was younger, I was like only allowed to ride my scooter in front of my house. Barely in front of my house, mostly in the driveway. But I was driving my little scooter in front of the house, like just doing my little circles. And all of a sudden, real typical, a white van, like, blows the stop sign on my block, and like it's coming at me, fast as fuck.
Fast and
Like,
fast.
I honestly
Fast
like
and
it happened mad fast. Like, he literally blew that stop sign, and I heard what was going on because I could literally hear the van accelerating. Like, I heard the zoom and when he pushed on the gas, and I'm like,
take you out?
so I turned. I'm on my scooter like this. I'm like, he's coming towards me. Like,
But you were in front of the house?
yes, I was right in front of my house. So I literally, like, just jumped off my scooter, fell into the grass, and I ran. Because I was honestly mad scared. I did not know what was going on. Like, he literally almost hit me. But I literally threw myself into my yard, and then I just ran. Like, I left my scooter in the front and everything. But,
That's so
That was
rude.
scary.
yeah, that was scary as fuck. Like, I literally heard the motherfucker accelerate on his gas.
See, that tried to scare you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was either trying to hit me, to kidnap me, you know, disable me real quick. Like, I don't know what was happening, but I was out of there. Like,
If
but,
you know you're that man, I hope
it
you're
was
sleeping
definitely
well at
close.
night.
You're not watching this though.
like, no word.
Wait, if
still,
you
like,
are
dang
watching it, we need a restraining order immediately.
Expeditious.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
that was probably like my only real like experience
Damn.
like that.
She's
That's
about to get
scary.
kidnapped.
Word.
Nah,
Did you ever get the scooter back?
Nah, like the scooter was still in the front of the house. Like I guess he just like continued driving off.
What a
But yeah,
dick.
like I didn't go back though. I was in my living room outside the window like checking on my scooter. I didn't go back. I was inside the house like
Angie?
I would say a lot of my experiences have been driving. Because, I do drive from Long Island to Brooklyn almost every day.
Every day.
And-
I'll be mad for you.
Bro, a lot of people just don't know how to drive. They don't know how to change lanes. They don't know how to merge. They don't know how to get onto the highway. Like, and it's because of y'all that I be almost risking my life every day out here.
Because of y'all.
But, I actually was I wasn't with Angie, but, like, she was driving in front of me. And we was both driving on... What highway is that? Sunrise?
Okay.
Maybe.
The one that.
Yeah, Sunrise. I think it was Sunrise. So, she's in front of me and I don't know where we're going, but I see her like pull off to the right like kind of fast and we're driving like in like the middle lane.
You told me this, bro. Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, what the hell? Like, why she do that? And then, but I'm going like 75. And I think she was going that fast too. So, and we weren't that far from each other. So it's hard for me to like see what happened, like whatever. So, and then I think there was another car behind her.
Okay.
So I seen both of them do like something weird, like go off and I'm like, what the hell? So as soon as I see them pull away and like go back, I saw there was like a 10-12 foot ladder in the middle of the highway.
Why'd you laughing, you evil
Because
evil girl?
That did happen to me and it cost me some money. But it
Bro.
wasn't a ladder, it was a freaking.
She's
going.
evil. She's
Yo,
like,
so I'm like, cause it was literally in the middle, so it was taking up the whole middle lane plus like some of the right, some of the left.
No wonder they
So
both
it
was
was-
like.
Bro, so then there was a car to my left, but like there was a car to my left and a car to my right. So I'm like, bro. So I tried to go to the left, but like I didn't like hit the car that was next to me, but I got like real close to him. But my car like still, because I didn't have enough space, so my right tire still hit the freaking ladder, and I heard that shit like bang. And I was like, bro. And then, of course, the people next to me looking at me like, bitch, you don't know how to drive? I'm like, do you not see that 10-foot ladder back there? Yeah. Obviously not. But anyways, because, my car, I just was like, yeah, that really scared me because I thought my car I was going to, like, lose my tire or fuck my shit up. But thank God it didn't happen. I just hit it on the edge of the ladder, and then I was able to like keep driving. Like,
Did it hit like?
thank God I didn't lose control of my car either.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, I
For
don't know.
me, it was a rack. It was a leaf rack. And
Oh, the
then
rake.
Oh, there you go.
A leaf rack.
a leaf rack.
I always
A place where I neatly stack my leaves.
Chimney.
I say the wrong word, but y'all always know what I'm saying.
How was your leaf rack?
Yo, bye.
I I really thought you was asking me for real though. The rake. It wasn't even my rake. It was literally by Sunrise Highway.
What's up with Sunrise?
Yo, I don't know.
Yo, the landscapers, I'm telling you.
Yo, for real, the
Y'all better
construction workers,
secure your
the
bricks.
landscapers.
Bro, I was about to get in the highway and it was right there. And there's only one path in. So you can't like go around it. And it took it. It scraped the bottom of the Infinity. I had to get it. I had to get it welded because my mechanic.
Damn, that was a thick rake.
Yo.
No, them shits is sturdy.
And then the way
Yeah, especially if you got like the
my
metal
mirror,
ones.
like my rear view mirror, it hit it. So when it scraped, it like swung back, and I was just so happy that it didn't break my mirror, but like my actual mirror, but the rear view, it did hit it, and the piece behind it like came off. But
What you mean your rearview mirror? Inside your car?
you
The side mirror.
Bro, she's that picturing the rake go around into your car and hit your mirror.
It went inside and it did a flip.
I'm like, damn, the rake scraped underneath, shot at the windshield.
Jumped in the car.
Did a front
Took the
flip.
rubber
Hit her a little bit. Yeah.
didn't
Backs
hit
her up.
nothing but my rear view mirror.
Yo.
Okay,
The side view
I'm in
mirror?
my side view to my right. Cause now I gotta get this shit
Oh
right.
wait, okay, so you was your side
crying
view
and I'm
mirror.
sweating.
It was
Yeah.
midday.
Oh,
It was
okay.
midday.
Shit, I'm sweating.
Bro,
Potholes were in the
I'm
way as
so-
well.
I'm so done. But I remember Johnny was in the car. He said, he's like, after everything settled, he was like, you know, I would have been able to get around that. And I'm like,
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I'm calling a
That shit would
cab.
have pushed me off the edge.
No, I feel like
Now-
I feel like he's so good with like reacting quick to things like that. You know what I feel like guys are like
Nah.
better at reacting because I can't.
No.
I'd be stuck. I'd be like,
You
like which way? Right, left, and then by the end, I just hit
yeah,
it.
bro, that's how I was with the damn ladder. I'm like left, right, left, right, left, right.
Now,
by the
you
end,
gotta
I
be
just-
quick, you gotta. Oh shit! You gotta look over that shoulder.
No, I need some time to make some decisions, and during that time, it's not enough. But my near-death experience, I feel like I tell everybody this story, but now y'all gonna hear it. I was like 12, so Ceci was like 8. We had a trampoline in the backyard,
Oh, yeah.
jumping it up, doing front
Jumping it up,
flips.
jumping it up.
Jumping it up.
Doing front flips, like, you know, it's our job. We got it all down packed, but you know, we had the sporadic idea of, you know what, I've been doing front flips forever. I could do a backflip. I just gotta go back, right? So Ceci's like, yeah, and for me, I'm like, yeah, you
Psych
could
her
do
out.
it. You could do it. I know you could do it. I was like, all right. You know, I had a little trials, and it didn't work out. But then I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it this time. It didn't work out. But the way I backflipped was so like awkward because it wasn't like straight back, like it was like sideways back.
Yeah.
And then my neck hit the metal part of the trampoline, and Ceci was screaming, and then I was just like on the floor like this, and I was screaming, and we were like,
Bro, you could have paralyzed yourself.
bro,
or some
it was
shit.
Literally
so
broke her
bad.
neck.
Fucking back.
Bro, it was so bad.
You was like,
Y'all go from yeah to ah.
That's literally
It's
what
probably
happened.
because your long ass was the length of the trampoline anyway. Where the hell was she flipping?
I
Yeah,
did
it was a
not
big
know.
trampoline. It was a big trampoline.
It was, and I was in the middle. I don't know what I did, but
not the
we
little.
went in the house. My mom was actually worried because usually she's like, "That's what the hell you get for being dumb." But she was worried. She was like, "Oh, we gotta go to the
Bro,
hospital."
because that's serious.
This is
I'm
what I
stuck like
remember,
this.
And I'm eating tacos in the back because I don't know how I got to play the tacos to go to the hospital.
Crying and eating the tacos.
I got x-rayed and everything, and they were like, "Yeah, she just was locked," because I was in shock. Like
Yeah.
I like hit myself so hard that I shocked myself, and I was locked in. So they were like, "Yeah, she just gotta relax." Like, I was there for a couple hours relaxing until I finally could sit up straight. And then that was probably the only time I felt like I was really gonna die.
Oh shit! What's that scary movie where the lady's neck was stuck sideways? My near-death experiences. All right. So it was Halloween, and it was the night after, and I slept in my friend's house. And I'm not friends with them anymore, but their house wasn't really like the cleanest, and something in the basement like had went up with the boiler, and the whole house went on fire, and they had taken the fire alarms out. So there were twins, and one of the twins was sleeping, and the other one was in the shower, and then it was me and her sister was making pizza in the oven, and smoke just started to like come out the oven. So we're like, what the hell? So the house started to fill with smoke. They had 2 dogs, everything. And eventually like the house just started to go up in flames. So we all ran out. I'm sprinting down the block. I had flip-flops on. My flip-flops came off. I'm sprinting barefoot to my friend's house down the block, bro. Swear on everything. I was in track at the time. I was a sprinter anyway, so you already know. I was out of there. Told him, he came, he put the hose in the basement, whatever, but the house ended up going like up, like burned down to the ground. They lost everything.
That's crazy.
It was wild, but
the
thank
parents?
God. The parents were there, but there was nothing that anybody could do, you know?
Bro, I would try to save
They
my
ran
house.
out.
They
I
lost
know it's probably hard.
everything. School books, they were like really big in cheerleading. That was all their cheerleading stuff, all their memories. Like it was just wild. I remember we would have fundraiser for them, everything. Okay, that was 1. 2, I was driving my mom's car one time, and big body, like big body truck. It's the Hummer H2. If y'all know what that is, it's big. I'm driving and I'm on Southern State, and everybody just cut short. Like I don't know what happened, but it was like everybody just stopped short, mad short, and now it's a big truck, so like I couldn't stop. Like we were all going the speed limit, like 55. The traffic is going.
55.
Bro, 55, 60, whatever. Everybody it was rush hour, so like I couldn't really do anything, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, everybody comes to a stop, and it's a big truck, so it takes a little while to stop. So I had to swerve off the road. I came this close to a tree. And I'm like, yo, like my car stopped this close. My life flashed before my eyes. I pulled over. I called my girlfriend at the time. I called my mom. I'm hysterical crying. I'm like, yo, I love you guys. I'm like, my heart is beating on my chest. I'm like, what the hell? So thank God survived that. And then the next one, I was in Costa Rica. This one was crazy. I hiked 2.5 hours to get to a waterfall that we've been waiting to see all day. Now I'm like, all right. I go in the ocean. Okay, cool. But like, you know the ocean, the waves come, like push you back. You know what that is. I've never been in a waterfall.
That current.
I did not process the current. So now you go in and I have no clue how deep it is, nothing. Like I didn't do my research. I didn't know what the bottom was. I can't see shit. I had my contacts in, not like I can go under the water. And if I did, I can't see without them. So I go in. Now the rocks are slippery from like the moss. So I couldn't step on it. Once I'm in, I'm in. I didn't process the current and it was coming down so hard. So I tried to swim through the middle, but I had a panic attack and I started like my labored breathing. So I like lost all my breath and I'm going through the middle and now I'm going back. So I'm like, fuck, like I'm going to go back to the rocks and I'm just going to chill. I see this little boy, he's like 12 years old, going back and forth. I'm like, Mama, they raised no bitch. I got to do it now. Look at this 12-year-old little boy making a fool out of me. Bro, went around this side. I made it. Now, I made it to the main part of the waterfall, but not to the rock where my friends were. So I make it to the big part, and I'm like, all right, I got one more push before I go, but now I start to have a panic attack again. I start to lose all my breath. Now I'm like, I'm there. So it's either I'm making it or I'm fucking dying. So my bright idea was like, let me go under the waterfall and try to get some air between the rock and the water. There was not one air pocket for me to breathe. I was trying to swim so hard, but now the waterfall is coming down on me. The current is going. I'm fighting against it. So now I'm trying to find a piece of rock to hold on to, but it's so slippery. I'm on like my last breath, hyperventilating. I find a little piece. I take like a little breath and I push under the water to the big rock and I grab onto my friend. I'm like, grab me. So she pulls me up and I'm like holding on to her so my nervous system could reset because, bro, I could not breathe. I didn't know what to do. The water is over here splashing me. I'm like, I ain't never doing this shit again. These bitches are jumping off of rocks, celebrating, and I'm over here like, like, please get me out of there.
I just pictured the 12-year-old watching all this, like.
Chill.
Look at this rookie.
Yeah, like I don't know if his dad was Michael Phelps or something, but like you did that because it was really hard. I like you really don't process the current. The waterfall's coming down so hard. I'm not thinking that it's gonna be pushing me out at the same time. I'm like giving my all. Like, geez, I'm definitely not a swimmer. I can swim, but I am not a swimmer. Lifeguard.
Lifeguard.
Oh shoot, yeah. So that's all I got.
All right, so the next topic is gonna be close callings with going to jail, I guess, or you thinking you were gonna go to jail.
Oh shit.
So mine was at the 4 stores. I was there. Then the boys pulled up, and they're like, "Oh, you guys got anything going on in there?" "No, sir, I don't have anything going on in here." So obviously had some stuff on me. Tried to shove it under the seat, and then he told me to get out. I forgot why. Like, you know how sometimes they're not allowed to like do that to you, but I don't know why. I don't know. I think the car was on or something like that. So I like try to hide the stuff.
The tea.
Oh, I was like, what did I do? I tried to hide the stuff, and then he told me to get out, but I had left one of them on the side of the door. So when he opened it, he seen it, then he looked at me like, "Thought you didn't have anything, buddy?" And I looked at him like, "I didn't know that was there."
This is not my car.
So me just looking flabbergasted, like I didn't know it was there. The whole time I knew it was there. So then he asked me again, like, "Is there anything else in the car?" Obviously, I'm not gonna tell him I got more stuff under the seat, but now I'm kind of like, because then he's like, he basically gave me the look, like, and he told me, like, he's like, "I don't care about this." So when he told me that, I was like, all right, I got more stuff in this seat. And then he told me, just get the stuff, put it under your shirt, and he was gonna pop the trunk for me, and then just throw it in there. But he reiterated if I had any weapons in my car. So obviously I didn't have any weapons, so I didn't give a fuck. So I was like, "Yep, do what you gotta do. I don't care." So he searched everything, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't care about that stuff." Like, he was like a gang unit cop, so he was just looking for guns.
Good man.
Liddy.
Yeah, which is crazy. Getting caught up like that, the 4 stores. I know for sure I'm going to jail.
You official criminal there.
Damn.
So that was mine.
Honestly, I don't have a story. Like, I've never, thank God, never been in a situation where I felt like I was about to go to jail or like really had any run-ins with the cops, really. So let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Alicia's the good girl. We're the criminals.
And Alicia just don't get caught up.
Yeah, that too.
Nah, Alicia really goes to work and goes home.
Word. Tell them I go to work, I go to the gym, and I do nails after, and then I go to bed.
She did mine for my birthday.
Word. Barbie nails in the cut.
Now to our next criminal. Or criminals, I should say.
Duo.
Literally Batman and Robin robbing the bank.
Okay, so we're just gonna give her a name, Brooke.
Okay, we're gonna call her. This was the third person.
The third accomplice.
In this party, but she's the ringleader. She's the one who amped us up and was like,
"Yeah, I just went along with it because of her. I don't."
Yeah, and honestly, because of me, because she was my friend.
Yeah. So we was best friends, and her and that girl was friends. So I met that girl through Scarlett.
We're just gonna say
first day.
We were
no. It wasn't the
together.
first date, but I think that was like the first time I really hung out with her.
No.
And then we fucking.
And then,
Does anybody know who Brooke really is?
Yes.
I was the bad influence in that one. Well, for you.
Yeah, I was more innocent. My mom was just super strict with me, so yeah. But I'm thankful for those experiences.
I definitely reeled her in that situation because I was nervous, but I don't know what it was. We would never say no to each other, so I think that we would just be like, okay, we'll do it. Sure. And that's what this was. So go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So we went to Walmart. And this girl, Brooke, thought it would be a good idea to go to like the beauty section and steal some stuff.
And Angie was into like doing her makeup too, and I was like, maybe she could start doing my makeup too. I'm like, yeah, we could grab that product.
Yeah, you know,
like,
makeup low key expensive. Hello.
when you got no job.
Yeah.
It's expensive when you got the job, baby.
No, yeah, for real.
Way too expensive.
Mhm.
That's true.
But yeah, so we were like taking things, but we obviously we were trying to be low key. We was taking lip liners, lip gloss, just random like small things that you could just fit in your
I was
bag.
asking, yeah, because I think I was like, because I didn't know much about makeup, so I was asking you like, do I need this? Like, what is, like, and we were like, yeah. Is this the color that I got? Like, because we're different tones, so finally we're thinking like, oh, we're gonna make it out of here. We're walking. Brooke, you know, just walk past the security
she
guard.
makes it
The
out.
security guard like tried to stop her, but she completely ignored the security guard. And then that's when our hearts drop because we're seeing her trying to get stopped, and then we're like, shit, like. So now they're coming for us.
Yo, there is 2 of them.
Bro,
No,
I think it was just one guy.
It was
Yeah,
one
one guy.
The Walmart
I'm
guy.
like,
right there
break his ankle.
by the exit, right?
Yeah, but mind you, first of all, she took the most stuff. I think me and Scarlett had like 2, 3
Three
things.
things, yeah.
That's it. And they were like super small, like stupid stuff.
We was really scared.
Yeah,
to do this.
I was scared, especially at my mother. Nah,
My mom didn't find out. Thank God.
my mom didn't find out
But
either.
if she would
Now
have,
they will.
I would have been a snake on the floor because
Swear
my
she's
mom would not play.
Oh yeah, I
but-
would have been punished for a whole 10 years.
But
You about to be.
we got caught,
You're about
bro.
to be punished.
No, we got caught, and I remember we were just like looking at ourselves. You know, like that. Have y'all ever seen that little short clip of that court case where a girl? I think it's like marriage court or something like that, and there was this woman who put her ex or her side piece on the podium, and he was getting questioned, and he was like, "Yeah, we slept this morning," and she was just like there, like.
Oh yes, and her face is stuck. And her face is stuck like.
Bro, that was us looking at each other like, what is about to happen?
Bro.
So they did tell us because like you have to like steal a certain amount to actually get in trouble.
Yeah.
And because we didn't steal that much, they were just like, you're not allowed to be in this Walmart anymore.
Yeah,
We were
but
like,
they brought us to the back. They were like, okay, come with me. So we're like, oh my god,
the
like
back
we're looking
was
at each other, like,
crazy.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Our
I'm like,
dumbasses honestly should have ran out, but we were just like following the law now.
we're listen, besides the
Yeah.
stealing,
They
we
gave
were
it a map,
really
like, damn.
we were really honest people.
Yes, we were. So that's
We
why
still
I
are.
turned myself in.
She ran
We were like, we got
On
caught.
herself.
And we
But-
both just listened to them. They didn't have to do no chasing. They didn't have
No.
to grab. No, they were just like, come
They're
right
probably
in.
like, wow, that's easy.
Yeah, they were like, wow.
They're like, wow, this never happens.
Yeah, so they brought us to the back, and I remember there was like cameras all over in there. So they was watching us the whole time. We over here like trying to be low key. Meanwhile, the camera's like, hello.
They're
But-
watching us like, look at them. They're doing it right in front of the camera.
Yo, but yeah, so then they made us empty out our bags, and we had to take everything out, and they said we were banned from the Walmart. We weren't allowed back.
That we still go.
Oh, yeah, I still go
But
there.
your picture probably there somewhere.
In the
Damn.
Nah, it's
back.
probably gone.
Your picture's posted at the Walmart for real and just
What were we,
mugshot.
like 16, 17.
Yeah, we were really young.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
back
we
in,
wasn't
like,
gonna.
2010.
But why we got scolded in the car by Brooke?
Scolded?
She was like, why the hell didn't y'all just keep walking? They're not allowed to touch you. Like, we're like, damn girl, you didn't tell us none of
Yeah,
this
girl,
before
you
we went in
Yeah,
there.
you didn't give me the rundown before we went in
We
there.
didn't go through the good scenario and the bad scenario.
Yeah.
You ever see
Like,
the commercial where the girl's like, start the car! Start the car! Brooke's running out. Car started waiting for y'all to hop in.
Bro, she was probably tight. She had to wait for all that, you know, us
Yeah,
look
she
at
said they about to
ourselves.
get me in the parking lot.
She's like,
That
"What
shit
the hell?"
didn't go
She was
fuck.
our ride. She was our ride.
Yeah.
So she's probably sitting there like, what an inconvenience.
She's like, why did I bring these
Like,
bitches to
damn.
steal?
Bro, literally, so we
Other
went in there
bitches.
and walked out with nothing.
Just a
Just
band.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah. good.
Well, that's why I think that's why we
And
were
tears.
And my pants shat.
Bro,
Tear stains and shit stains.
actually, I'm gonna talk about one time that I don't know if I ever told you guys, but this is right after high school. Andy was dating his ex, somebody we went to school with, and he was having like a party. You know, like they used to do like hotel parties, like book a motel and have everybody come over or whatever. So that's what we were doing, and
I don't know where to sit.
and then we went, and as we're going in, like I did smoke. So I would never. No, yes, I did. I smoked with my brother. So when we were getting out the car just to go in the motel room, all of a sudden DT's like pulled up like cheer, like out of nowhere with the lights on, and all of a sudden we're all frozen, like, and you know I don't have anything on me because I just did it. And other people had like coke, so they were like scared or whatever. So now my brother and his ex, she like threw her bag of bud on the floor, and then she tried to throw it under the car. So when the cop is like asking us and pressing us and asking us so many questions, she's looking at me and she tells me in Spanish like, kick it under the car. And then I'm like, you know, my blind ass in the dark trying to look for this bag. And then finally I find it. So now...
You were blind all those years back still?
Girl,
She was.
I remember 4th grade, I used to get beat up every Thursday. And my glasses too. We already went through
She
this.
really dragged it with the glasses. I forgot
Yeah,
that
girl,
part.
I've been blind since I've been alive.
Since 4th grade. Since
Give
4th
me
grade.
glasses.
It's actually since 2nd grade. I think I got my glasses. But, okay, back to the story. So then... I find it, right? So I'm like, okay, boom. I kick it, but I kick it so awkward. Like, if you already know me, you already know.
Sword thumb.
I just don't kick it right. I don't know how you can kick that in the wrong way, but I did. And the cop saw me. And so...
Oh my god.
So he was trying to put me in handcuffs and stuff. And I was like wanting to cry. And then my brother's ex was just like, no, officer, like, that's my bud. Like, she stepped in because she felt bad because it really was her bud. And he was yelling at her like, you're trying to take the rap for her. And then I'm like, I know I'm big as hell, and I don't know if I look scary, but I guess I do to some people. Like, I would be doing some hood rat shit, but he wanted to put it on me, I guess, because I kicked it.
Put
though.
it on.
I kicked it though, so maybe that's why he really did think it was mine. But I was really kicking it for her, so she stepped in, and I remember one of my brother's like good friends, he had mad coke in his shoe because that was the thing. I didn't know people put it in their shoes, so he put it in there. He was like tweaking on the side, like trying not to get arrested, and then he thanked me afterwards, like, yo, thank you so much for distracting him. Like, he didn't even come searching me, and I was like, yeah, you're very welcome. But that time I really did think I was gonna get arrested, and I had just turned 18. So they really could.
Adult.
Damn. One time I lent somebody my car and I had a mirror missing on the side.
Already starts
So you're gonna
funny.
beat him up? Like, go to jail?
I let them borrow my car and I had a mirror missing on the side and they gave my car back to me with an extreme amount of coke all over the back seat, like open coke. And
The fuck were they doing?
I addressed them about it and they were like, oh, it's not mine. And then I was like, okay. So I cleaned it out. They're like, it was my friend's. I'm like, I thought you were delivering pizza. So anyway, lent them my car again.
Pizza.
Stupid.
Let them the car again.
Lent them the car again. Gave it back to me with mad coke all over the place. And then this time, they didn't even answer me when I asked them about it. So I was like, all right, fuck it. But the first time when I had the mirror missing, that was the closest I ever been to really being able to like go to jail. Because if I would have gotten pulled over, it would have been a wrap. I would have been locked up.
They would have been like, yeah, you definitely been doing coke.
Yeah, sure, it's not yours, sure.
Sure.
That's the laundry detergent, sir.
Yeah, no, it was like real inevitable. It was like, you know,
Like,
carpet
what were
in
they
a car,
doing?
like,
And then you probably vacuuming that shit up, getting high. All that shit in the
That's
air.
like this.
it was not only in the back, but it was like in between the seats. It was in the cup holder.
What were they doing? Like going like this with this shit?
I
They was
really
putting
thought.
that shit in the
He
air
had
bags.
the time of his
Yo,
like
for
how we
real.
sniffing coke off some
Coke
buttholes.
party.
This is Wolf of Wall Street.
No,
But yeah,
but
that was
all
it.
that money wasted too. They
Yeah.
just had it.
That's what,
They
that's
just
what
had
I
it
would
over
have
there.
bagged it up with
Grab my
a
little
outside
brush.
like what you need.
With the
I don't
It
condone.
got a little dust in it, but it's still good.
Yo,
with the long carpet dust.
Really send you to jail.
yo.
Yo, crazy. Yeah, and had no remorse when I told him about it anyway. After that, it was
Are you
like,
still
okay.
friends with this person or no?
No.
Hell no.
Take 'em to
So
dinner.
not friends with them, and yeah, wasn't delivering pizza. Apparently, was delivering coke.
Word.
So
Possibly.
They were delivering
Allegedly.
pizza.
Nah.
Is that the new code word?
shoot,
I
yeah.
guess so.
Get the pizza in the back.
You got the Krusty Krab pizza.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Krusty
We all on the same wave.
Deadass. Alright, so the final topic. I don't really know how to word it. Do you guys think it would be worse, God forbid, to lose
I hate questions like this.
a parent or to have a parent but have no bond with them
Or like absent in your life.
or absent in your life?
Big.
Because I feel like it's like, damn. And
Yeah,
it
I
also
feel like
depends
it
on your
can-
situation, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't talk to them, like because that's your choice, it's like, damn, would you rather than just like not be here?
It's like a fine line, I feel like, because it depends on the detriment of the situation, one. And two, like, sometimes the space in between feels like death, for real. You know? Like, on some real shit. Because, just from my perspective, I don't have a relationship with my father, so him being further away from me, like, at this point in time, I'm good. Like, I can conceptualize. But, like, growing up, dealing with those big emotions, it was almost... I used to wish that I never knew him because it hurt more to know him and not be able to have him. You know what I mean? But I could never fathom what it feels like not to be able to have somebody there that you want there. You know, like, thank God I've never experienced that. And I'm sure one day we all will, but yeah, definitely, I can't say the other side, but for me, that's what it is.
I feel like
A little
it can
vulnerable
go-
over here.
I feel like it can go both ways because, like, having a parent there, let's say they choosing not to be in your life, like, I feel like that hurts really bad. Like, knowing they're there, but they're choosing not to be there for you
Yeah.
really hurts. But then also having a parent that's passed away and, like you know what happened to them, like, they're gone, but they're not, it's not like they're there and existing where you know they're existing somewhere out there, even though they don't want to talk to me. So it's like they're gone, like you can't reach out, you can't ever, there's none, like, no hope there of them or of you rekindling the relationship with them.
I don't necessarily know if anyone is worse. I think they're both like equal loss, really.
But is it a loss though?
It is. I had to mourn my father. Like, that's the actual thing. Even though he's alive, I had to mourn him time and time again. Like, multiple times I had to mourn him as if he was dead. And that's crazy. Like, to conceptualize mourning somebody that's actually still alive is insane because there is an option, but it's not, like Angie said, you know, like, it's not being chosen. So it's almost kind of like, I can't just sit here and say, oh, this person is dead. No, because they're somewhere out there. I just know that they're not choosing to be here. So it's like the pain of not having them and then the pain of also knowing that they're still not choosing me. You know what I mean?
Do you think they don't choose you because of, I don't want to say the word comfort, but because they got just so used to it?
I feel like after a while, like, it depends on the situation, but I feel like sometimes, like, a lot of the time, especially in the older generations, pride plays a part. You know, like, or not knowing. A lot of people in today's generation are very emotionally inept and don't know how to come back from, you know, either your wrongs or even how to make things right in certain situations because people don't know how to communicate that. Like, communication is so hard between people just in general. Now imagine they're an issue being there, like, and a big one at that. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it could go both ways.
I feel like in my situation, I wasn't talking to my dad for like a part of my life, like my high school, my senior year in my high school.
Wait, that's when you started talking? Or you
That's when
just
I like
stopped talking?
stopped talking to him. Like I felt like I was at the point like, well, let me explain. So he literally during my senior year, at the end of my senior year, sold our house and basically like disappeared. Like I had no idea where he was. He missed my graduation. Like missed like I felt like a lot of like key points in my life. So I just like basically like I don't know like I was angry, but I feel like I wasn't angry to the point where I just like preferred that he was dead. But like I don't know, I just guess I preferred like I don't know, like more of like just like wanting like a reason. I feel like knowing that he was like still out there and stuff like that, like I just wanted a reason or like stuff like that. But like I feel like I don't know if it would just
I feel
I
like
don't know what's
we
worse,
sound
like him being dead and like just going away, or like him like choosing to like. But I feel like because he was going through so much stuff like himself, that's why I also like didn't know like how to feel about it.
so it's hard. It's like how like
Yeah.
we want them to worry about us, but they're probably drowning themselves, you know. And
Yeah.
we probably sound so selfish right now for
Yeah.
people that don't have their dads, but it's like
Yeah.
on some real shit. Like if you've never experienced it from that perspective, like if you've never experienced from either perspective, try to keep an open mind when listening to this, because we're not saying like, oh, it's better for somebody to be dead if they're not in your life. No, we're not saying that, but like it's almost like they're both lingering pain. Like,
yeah, no, like when we barely like see him, and then it's like when we do see him, me personally, like I get very emotional because I don't see him, and then when I do see him, it's like I'm dead in his face, and it's like I haven't seen you in mad long,
and it don't make a difference. Like shit,
that shit just makes me mad emotional, cause like, and then you're just gonna leave, and I'm not gonna hear or see from you in like
For a long time.
Yeah.
And usually when we do hear from our dad, like I don't know if I want to put this in, but like he just texts us and like he'll just like ask us for like our rent money like early and stuff like that, or he'll just ask us for like like money that he's like gonna be getting like for our rent and stuff like that. He'll just ask for it early, or like just hit us up like, hey, can I just get like $50? Like so then like I just feel like the times that he does like the rare times that he does hit me up like, oh, like, hey, how are you? I feel like it's really not genuine.
But
I
do
just wants to keep that relationship going just so that he does have that outlet to like needs if he needs something. So
I do want to say that he does love and care for us like that. I know, like God forbid something happened to us, he would probably go crazy. But I just think like sometimes people go through things mentally and they just can't like put themselves to be there for you or reach out to you or like be around you, and like so it's like you kind of have to like understand, like at this point I'm just like I understand. I just feel like this is the type of person you are. Like I know you care about me, I know you love me. If I text you today and said, oh, I need this, like I'm in trouble, like I feel like he will help me. But he will not reach out and be like, let's hang out, let's do this, like how are you, like stuff like that.
I feel like I had to like grow up and learn, like, because I was really mad, you know, my senior year of high school. But like once I got older, I kind of like understood that like, you know, he was going through his own stuff, and I feel like he wasn't able to be there for me, so that's why like he wasn't. So I kind of like, you know, I accepted it, and then I started talking to him once we moved into that apartment, because you know we were in a really bad spot. We needed somewhere to live, and you know he was able to, you know, provide us with an apartment that we pay for now, and it's like going really good. So, you know, I just took that as like God like bringing us back together, and for me to just like basically make amends and just like
sometimes you just gotta accept it.
Like,
you just gotta accept it for what it is and leave it.
Never
at
spoke
that.
to him on it or nothing. I just like basically came to terms with myself and was like, you know, he's doing this for me, and I'm gonna forgive him, and I just want to move on. Like,
yeah, it's big. I feel like either side of the spectrum, and like the emotions hold you captive. You know.
Well, yeah, because I feel like I have both, right? My stepdad passed away, which was like more so like my dad. I felt he was my dad, and then like my real dad, he's here. He's in Brooklyn. He's only an hour away.
Damn, so you experienced both sides.
Yeah.
But for us was a little different, because I feel like even though their dad had is more absent now than before they had their dad. They built a bond, you know, they had a family and they had memories and grew up with each other, and then it became estranged, right? So I feel like that's why it hurts. But with us, and even with me, I feel like Ceci has
I
always.
feel like we just have different relationships with our real dad.
We do because our parents separated when I was.
What's your age
4.
gap?
4 years. So Ceci was like 3 months born when my parents finally separated because of like a lot of DV going on.
So you saw them together.
And my dad would beat the out of my mom, even pregnant with Cess, but he would never lay a hand on me, like ever. I was his princess. I was his first baby. He treated me with a lot of tender and love. And so like when I met our stepdad, who really was the best and the most model father figure in our lives, you know, it was a little hard for me because I was, you know, I seen all the DV going on, but for some reason I was just so attached to my dad. And Ceci didn't grow that bond with him because she was just born. And, you know, when we left, we were even living in the Brooklyn streets of like sleeping on the street for a week because my mom had nowhere to go in like the Jewish part of Brooklyn. And she worked for this guy named,
Shout out to my Jews.
yes, she worked for a guy named Johanan, and he was a Mexican Jew, and he was like, what are you doing? Like, and he took us in. He really gave us a room and provided shelter for us for a good couple of months before she started dating our stepdad, which, rest in peace, he did pass away in 2020. So he will make 5 years this year of him not being here. But go ahead.
Well, let's clap it up for the man for raising 2 beautiful women, right?
As
up
his own.
as his own, playing the part.
That's a man for him.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It, like you said, I feel like it's the same pain. It's just the same pain formatted differently.
You went through it and saw both sides. Like, you saw him being loving to you, and then like you saw the distance like create over time, I think, right? Like that's what you said.
With my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ceci had the fully detached version.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like you guys are feeling like something similar, like,
Well,
or
I feel like it's just different though because I feel like Scar gets a lot more love with our real dad.
But his real love is very minimal. Like, Mateo just turned 1 and he still hasn't met Mateo. So it's like, it's very estranged, but it is more than what she gets. So that's why it's like that. And I'm sure that there's situations that she feels like I've got, like, I know he did my birthday, a couple years ago or something like that. Like, she's never had that, you know, even though I'm older and I have, you know, my family, like, he went out his way and wanted to do something like that, which was, you know, to me, I appreciated it, but it's different for both of us because she did say that she feels it's very hard on both ends, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it was harder for me to lose my stepdad than to know that my real father is here alive because, like you said, it's about the acceptance. So for me, I honestly feel any father that is alive and not in their kid's life as much is because they're being selfish.
big smack.
That's point blank period because, you know, I
that
understand.
pride is bigger than like your seed is crazy.
The pride or just even the energy that they don't want to give it. Because
They
you
don't,
have energy,
yeah.
you just choose not to. And you're just being selfish.
As a parent myself, I just can't, you know, see, and I know every parent is different, but when you bring kids into this world, like, it's just you grow this love and bond that you just never thought you could have. It literally just comes out of nowhere. For me, it was literally when they flew out my vagina because even throughout the pregnancy, I didn't feel a connection, right? I just felt like there's this foreign thing in my belly. I haven't met it. And so once they and I have it in my hand, then all of a sudden it's like this big wave of emotions. And so for me, I just can't imagine a parent
Not
okay, even with mental health, I understand there's a lot of things that we all go through, a lot of problems, and at the end of the day, when you want to, you will, and that goes for relationships, that goes for parenting, that goes for everything. And then when you don't, you're just being selfish. Like, because we all go through shit. We are all in different parts of our lives.
Like, you're
We're
choosing not to
stressful.
put the work in. That's the
Absolutely.
I
selfish
feel
part.
like they also get comfortable.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They
saying.
get really comfortable with the strained relationship. Like, oh no, it's fine. It's been like this for
she loves
years.
me.
Like, it's fine.
But
I call her here and there.
But I guess she also does get it, like when she says that I get more love, because like he will tell me like, oh, you don't call me as much. And so now, before I used to just kind of let, I was a doormat for a good solid 25 years. So I feel like now that I'm speaking up, he's so not used to it. I'm just like, well, you never called me when I was little. Like, we lived in Long Island. We went from Brooklyn to the Bronx, and then we moved to Long Island when I was like 12. Ceci was like 8. So, oh no, it was like 10, and then you were like 6 or something like that. And so he came to Long Island to pick us up like twice ever. And then and it was always us. Like, I had to like take the train and be responsible with Ceci, go to Penn Station. Yeah, we always had to do that. And
how old were you? Oh, you said 10 and 6.
Well, we started that when I was like 14, and then after that, like, and it was only because my mom wanted us to have a relationship with him. Honestly, even though he swore up and down, my mom probably talked bad about him all our lives, but she never really didn't.
Not until we were probably 21. That's when she told us all the stuff he used to do.
Yeah. And then since I seen a lot of the DV, so she would talk to me a little bit more about the stuff because, I witnessed a lot of things. But with Cess, it was different. She was very estranged from the get-go from him. And it was hard for her to create a bond because growing up, it's true. He would just lean more towards me than her. And so everywhere else, because people would see it, it was very apparent. On my mom's side of the family would always try to smother her with love because they felt bad. She's the baby and she didn't get any love from my dad as much as I did, or our side of the family, because I grew up with my uncles too. My uncles always try to treat us very alike. And my uncles are honestly scared of my dad, so they would never tell him he's
nobody would
wrong.
Speak up. Nobody would say you're bugging.
Not.
Nothing.
Nobody could say nothing
Not
to that
him.
man.
Do you remember any time when you felt like he actually was there or no?
Was there? No, never.
Growing up.
Or was putting effort in at all?
No.
It just wasn't there ever.
It was very minimal, and it was oh, your mom doesn't let me talk to you. It was always an excuse. And then growing up, he's well, now y'all are adults, so y'all should be calling me. And it's you never...
You didn't instill that. You didn't do that
where's the
when you was
effort, though, on your side? Why am I the child
having to do the
putting
parents'
forth
job?
the effort?
Absolutely.
Just twisted.
And then they got a lot of things to say about a lot of what you're doing, and it's just a lot of...
Well, that's the thing. I think for Cess, it no longer feels like that is her biological father. It just feels
Does it?
Yeah, no.
It feels like he's
just a person,
a
cry
distant
about
relative,
I'll cry, but it wouldn't be oh my god, my dad just died. It would be more so yo.
So because you felt both sides, I'm interested in knowing what it feels like for you in words. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it just feels more so I don't know. It's just he's there.
Because that abandonment is crazy.
I can
Which pain was harder though? I
know they're daddies.
Okay, yeah.
This one, I love him. I love my real dad, but I don't
that relationship or that
bond.
Because she's his daughter, she knows she should have love for him.
And I have respect for him. I respect him enough to not.
But he challenges her. That's the thing. He really gets in her face and talks shit to her. So it's
about myself.
It's not, and it's and when she's trying to speak up for herself, no, that's not what's going on. I do this. I actually got some stuff going on.
There's no speaking at that point. It's straight defense.
She's what do you have? You don't even have a car. I looked at this man. I said,
my car right now.
How did I get you?
And then he's like, oh, you think you're the shit? Cause after he just challenged her, you ain't shit cause of that. So how do you speak to your kid like that? Mm-hmm. So then, he'll bring up things and then he will compare us, which is not good. It's not healthy. And then I have to chime in and be you don't do that. And when the last time they got into it, I was was that necessary? You just, the little bit of whatever you had, you just like crumbled in. He said he really did not care. He said I just needed to say what I needed to say, and that's it. Like, that's why I say, like, people sometimes they're just selfish because they need to do and say and feel whatever they need.
It just really makes me think, like, what is going on in your head for the fact that you're looking at your seed and you can act any other way than like love.
I just think there's people like so stuck in their ways for so many years, like they grew up like that, and it's just like embedded, like it's just like it's just
there.
not gonna.
Those are the people that are like, I am the way that I am, and that's it. You know,
like don't want to grow,
yeah,
no growth, like.
And then his biggest thing, like, I've been living here for 50-some years, like I know more than you, like, brother, you've been in the same apartment.
You don't know more than me.
My mom left you.
Because your mind is closed.
Trust me.
It is very close-minded.
It is.
Yeah,
But that's why I just packed it up. When that all happened, I was just like, I'm good. Like you said, you just came to terms with it, and it was what it is.
And I did too, honestly. He didn't have to do it to me to hurt me. I seen it unfold. It happened in front of my daughter. It just was so out of control that I was like, I know she doesn't need this, and I don't need this either.
Do you guys feel like you've like experienced mourning with the person that you're speaking on?
No,
I don't think I mourned him. I'm just like, he's there. I've
accepted it. I've came to terms with it. But I, like she said, I know that when he passes away, that thought of I could have, talked to him might come up, but then the following thought would be like, he was so stuck in his ways, it was gonna do nothing. So I don't think that I'm gonna mourn him until he's actually passed. And then for me, it was more like, damn, when Mia was born, I'm like, Mia is so lucky to have two grandpas and a grandma from my end, because I know my parents or my mom didn't have that growing up. She, we didn't have that. Our grandparents growing up. So that was something that I was very excited about. But now that my stepdad is gone, which is my actual dad, but for story purposes, we're saying it like that. He was a huge person in our lives, even with growing up with our mom, who was toxic for a lot of years, and she's gotten better, but he was really the referee, the lifesaver. Like,
you called him,
I used to get whipped like crazy, and I used to be on the phone like, Dad! And he used to be like, stop hitting our daughter, what are you doing? Like, chasing me outside, crazy. So my dad would always, even though he was a truck driver and he would be gone for days at a time, he would even save me from miles away. So he was definitely the light of the end of our tunnel, and he was everything to us. And now we have our mom, who can be a little toxic, but even then she puts in the effort. So even if she's stuck in her ways and she thinks the way she thinks and she's whatever, she still puts in that effort. And that's what I mean by, there's no excuses.
Yeah, because I feel like my mom, I feel like she definitely she grew too, and she's like trying to be better with us and stuff like that. But I feel like my dad hasn't come to that point.
And also, we don't reach out to our mom as much as we should. But even though she puts the effort in, that's how you know she really cares about it. So it's like.
Yeah. So I've definitely gone through more with my mom, but I've learned to accept that way faster than what happened with my dad, because I feel like she definitely is genuinely putting in the effort now.
That's good. At least there's one side. I have the same with my mom. My mom's my best friend, so
probably right her wrongs, because I feel like that's what I'm going through with
my mom.
Yeah, I feel like she's I've kind of already forgiven her for a lot of things, and so now she's going through this portion of her life where she's gotta, I thought she forgave herself for all these things, and she hasn't. Every time we talk now, she cry about something. I'm like, it's okay. That part of that life is done. And she's like, no, I did so much damage to you. And I'm like, Mom, it's fine. But
I don't realize how much good they actually did also by really just staying for real. Because
that too.
My mom always says to me, she's like, I'm your parent. You don't have to thank me for being here. But I do, because you see how clearly easy it was for the other one to make the choice not to be there. So yes, although being a parent is given and like, you know, you conceive the baby and have the baby, but it takes a lot more to be a parent, right? So you do make that deliberate choice to be in your child's life, although it should be an obligation. Unfortunately, in the world, a lot of people don't see it that way. So
I do want to say that I saw this post that was like, which one was worse, a toxic parent or an absent parent? And I do feel like a toxic parent is worse.
Facts.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Way worse.
The rest of my life.
But I did say that my mom was a little toxic, and then she started putting in effort.
everybody's
so
a little toxic.
but
though.
as long as you put in effort, like if you're just toxic as hell and you just bring issues in your kid's life, and it should be like the other way around.
Get it
Yeah.
together.
You know, then that's not. Yeah, then that's
just
that's worse.
do everybody the favor, not just your child, but everybody, and
Yeah.
and take the initiative to help yourself and your mental health, no matter if you're a parent, a brother, a sister, whoever you are. Like, mental health is so severely important, and let this be one of our serious moments in our podcast where like it's really enforced. Whether you talk to your friends, whether you create, whether you listen to music, make sure you find that thing and really address it, because your actions and everything you do really do affect those around you. So be the best version of yourself and always strive for better, because that generational trauma is real, baby.
And if you're not ready to be a parent, wear a condom.
Wear a condom.
Say, do not
you.
bring kids into this world that you do not plan on being responsible for.
Finances is
Time.
not, finances is not the only thing that you need to be up on to have a kid. Like,
Yeah, facts.
you need to be there.
I know plenty of people doing it on a damn
On a $500
fast
check.
food check.
Like, fast food check one, living check to check, and also you're not even good on your own mentally, and then you have a kid and you're shocked that you're having mental health issues, having postpartum up the ass, even though postpartum is undeniably like part of hormones, but like your mental health was already bad, and now you're like, why do I feel crazy?
Also, though, choose the right partner. I know it'd be hard
That's
though, because people like
controversial.
to switch
it
up,
is
you know,
hard.
weird, but like
As best as you can.
I guess really know the person before you have kids with
Yeah.
them, and ask the right questions. And
And
you
if-
know, even when you think you know, you might not know them. So think a little deeper.
yeah.
And if it is an accident, just do your best to be the best version of yourself and take accountability.
Diligence.
Oh yeah, I can never say
Due
that word. I ain't
diligence.
gonna
Due
try.
diligence.
Y'all want me to try?
Yes, you got
So you
it.
can laugh.
Let's see.
Due diligence.
Okay, it was good. You just need to like pronounce
The
it.
diligence.
The diligence.
I was trying really hard. I will say, as a parent, if you're thinking, because you're never going to be fully ready to be a parent,
Word.
but if you're willing to put the effort and just try, I say you qualify. And I know it seems like a very short list of qualifications, but that is literally all you need. And yes, choose wisely your partner as long as they are caring and tender and patient. Those are, I feel like, good qualifications, because the relationship could go at any moment. But as long as they have that, you know that that's what they're going to provide for their children.
And if you are a woman or a man like us who have had loss with a parent or experienced absent parenting, let that be your motivation to be what you never
Absolutely.
had. Because I feel like that's what really makes a difference.
Please don't let it be your excuse.
Yes. Oh my
I'm
God.
tired of hearing
Facts.
that.
I see my dad hit my mom, so
Bro.
that's why I
That's
hit
why I do it.
females.
What? You're dumb.
What are you talking about? Yeah, like, didn't you see your mom crying?
My
Like,
best friend told me past the age of 18, you're responsible for yourself. And respectfully, in 2025, we have so many outlets that help you learn information.
Actually, I have a link that we can actually
Posts.
post.
Okay.
And it's help with housing. I mean, you need food stamps. You need to go to school for free. You need. I got
Information.
I got it.
Okay. We love this episode. Also, ChatGPT, man. You literally can ask any question. When I was going through my self-growth journey and I wanted to be a better version of myself, there were things that I didn't have the knowledge of, and the people around me weren't reflecting what I wanted to achieve. So I was literally Googling, like, I know that's crazy, but like, how can I become this way? What can I practice to become this type of person? Because it was that serious to me, because I was tired of seeing like the havoc that I was causing around me just because I was choosing to look past what was showing from the inside, you know? So dads, do better. Moms, do better.
And
children, do better.
Expecting moms, congratulations.
Congrats.
We hope you become great mothers and fathers and siblings and whatnot.
Weird.
Also, I know you guys don't know us, but like, if there really is anything that anybody's struggling with, we're not saviors, but if you reach out, we definitely don't bite, and whatever knowledge we do have, we definitely will relay. If we don't, then we'll try to help in the best way possible. But
I'll definitely have that link though.
yeah, for sure. We'll post the link. It'll probably be somewhere here or in the bio. I don't really know how it works, but we'll figure it out. Is there anything else that we're talking about today?
No, that's it.
Shoot, good episode.
Well, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
And we would love to see you guys in the next.
See
And
you
don't
next
forget
time.
to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh.
Six with a.
You can't six with us, baby. Turn that notification bell on so you know when we're posting next.